How's that better? Is it better? Okay. Thank you, my baby.
Are you recording?
I am, but I'm going to edit. I'll edit. Well, good afternoon, everybody. Tony here from South Africa. And just want to welcome you. I've been asked to do a video about my story and for you guys to know, why we are where we are now, and what has led us to the kind of mindset that we've currently got, and that we are using in our team. Well, that didn't go too well, so let's try that again. Well, good afternoon, everybody. Tony from South Africa here, and I just want to welcome you to this video. I've been asked to do a video about my story, and what has led up to this journey, and why I do certain stuff in a certain way. Well, as you guys know, I'm from a small town in South Africa called Koppies. My father is from Portugal. They came here more than 40 years ago and settled in that little town. And we were basically the only Portuguese family in that community. And I went to school there. I had an amazing school experience. Had great friends at school, and I had amazing teachers that gave me a lot of discipline. And the story that comes to mind now is the first day when I went to school. Because we were the only Portuguese people, I could only speak two languages, which was Portuguese and Sotho, which is a native language in South Africa. And the school that I went to was an Afrikaans school, so I could not communicate with the teachers, and I couldn't communicate with me. And I had that teacher that at that specific moment was from Bessie Pinar. And she took a liking in me, and she went actually to my dad's store a few days later and asked, because my dad, obviously my mom were working the whole day in the store, so they didn't have time to, spend with us for homework. And she actually went to my dad and asked him, if it was okay if she could take me to the farm and teach me Afrikaans, which was the language that was used at the school at that time. And so I had very fond memories of school. That's where I learned my work ethic. So after school I went to varsity. Did not do very well at varsity. In my third year, my dad gave me a call and said, listen, I'll actually never forget, it was on a Tuesday morning. He phoned me, he says, listen, what you doing? I said, listen, Dad, I'm still in bed, My classes, my next class at university is only at 12 o'clock that specific day. He said, well, get into the car and come home immediately. I said, okay, and I did. I thought, there was going to be some problems. But when I arrived at home, I found my dad and his business partner, which is my uncle and his brother, around the table like this. And a partnership that they have had for over 20 years was coming to an end. And my dad asked me, at that time I was 22 years old, and my dad asked me on that Tuesday morning, he only asked me the question, simple question. He says, listen, do you want to come in as a partner? If the answer is yes, you and I will be partners and we'll do the business. And if your answer is no, and you go back to varsity, then obviously he's selling his part of the share and he's moving on. So that's where my first break came as a businessman. And immediately I said yes. And that next day, the Wednesday morning, I was with keys in my hands of the store. I took over the family business. 22 years old, not with a cent in my pocket, and here I was, 50% shareholder of a business. And that's how my journey started as an entrepreneur, buying my first business with no money down. And I worked very, very hard. For the next 8 years, I became very successful, paid off my dues, and built multiple businesses in those 8 years. And immediately at the age of 30, I came to the rude awakening that I achieved all my goals that I'd set for me in life. And on one side it was nice, but on the other side it was a bit disappointing, because I started asking myself questions and said, well, is this all what life's all about? You know, just working in the stores, working in your businesses, and having the money, having the properties, but not having the lifestyle, and not having, at that time I had no relationship, had girlfriends, but no serious relationships, and that's obviously started dwelling in my thoughts and that. And then a very good friend of mine shared a book with me, and that book that I read in the year 2000, which is now 14 years ago, is Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. And I still got the book, and that book started a new journey in my life. And I was reading that book. It took me literally like 3-4 days to read the book. It was actually the first book that I ever read in my whole life. It took me to fully understand what Robert Kiyosaki was trying to teach me, how to move from the left quadrant over to the right quadrant. It actually took me 3 times that I had to read this book. So that's a journey that started with me, and started working a bit smarter with my money, started to work a bit more wiser. The second book that I read was Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill in the same year. And that started a whole paradigm shift in my life. And I started to look for new venues or new revenues and new opportunities as a businessman to take me forward in that. And in a question of 5 years, between 2000 and 2005, I grew my asset base nearly 4 times. And went into properties, obviously because of Robert Kiyosaki. And that was an amazing time in my life. By the end of 2008, I was running 12 different companies, and some of them were successful, making a lot of money. Some of them were just okay, but some of the companies that I had, the businesses that I had, were not making money. So I had a bit of a challenge. I had achieved this goal that I had in my mind of multiple businesses, but yet it was starting to drain me again. And by the turn of 2008, in a question of 9 months, I went into a new business venture, and in that 9 months I lost more than $1 million. And that just was, I just got sick and tired, of taking all the risk, putting all the money in, and putting all the time and effort in, and losing the money, And I couldn't blame everybody else. It was totally up to me, and I took full responsibility for that. But once again, that's the second time in my life where 1992, when I took over the business, was my first change in my life. 2000 came a paradigm shift when I read this book, Robert Kiyosaki's book. And then 2008, in 9 months, where I lost $1 million, I just looked back at my formula and I said, my formula is not working. It's not what I want. And that year, a very good friend of mine, Delana Howell, she came to me and approached me with network marketing. And I looked at her and I said, no, this industry of network marketing, MLM, it's not for me. It's not for serious businessmen. I actually looked at this industry and I said, no, it's for the people that just do it part time and just make small money. So I was not interested. I declined the offer of the opportunity, but because we were friends, she kept on repeatedly coming back to me and approaching me on the same opportunity. And 6 months later, I said, yes, okay, fine. You know what? Get me in. How do I get in? What do I do? And how do I start this business? So she said, well, you just buy a package. It's going to cost you a few $100, and that's how you start. So that's how I started 5 years ago. That's how I got involved in this industry of network marketing, MLM. But I didn't know anything about this. I didn't know anything about this industry. I was totally a rookie, and basically still didn't understand how it worked. But what I did is I had normal business sense, and I knew that if I wanted to make a success in this industry, I needed to get to the guys that are making the big money. And I phoned around and got to know who the crowd is in our organization, which was an offline business at that time. And I got to know the top leaders in that organization, and I just connected with them. I approached them, they didn't approach me. I approached all the top leaders, started learning from them, and it was totally a different mindset of where I was coming from. I came from an industry where I had to call all the shots. I had to. I didn't understand what's delegation. Although I had a lot of people working for me, at a stage I had 250 people working for me, and between all the different companies. And although I was not in the businesses, I was running the businesses. I was not in the business, but I was working on my business at that time. And I did it pretty well, but obviously then I lost a lot of money, and that started changing my mindset. And but coming back into this industry now, I started associating with the top leaders in this industry, and I started to see the lifestyle that they had, the kind of income that they were making, and that started, getting me more excited about the industry of network marketing and MLM. And so we started building a team, but I was very much on the old way of doing business from my old retail. I was still the doer, I was still the one that was doing all the stuff, calling all the shots, and so I needed to learn how to not work alone and with a team that I thought was following me, but starting to listen to the team and to my partners. And so that took about another 3 years for me to have a mindset change. And then I read a book. I read a book in 2010, 2012. I read a book, The 4-Hour Work Week. Sorry, not 2010, 2012. I read this book, 4-Hour Work Week, by Timothy Ferris. And this book just once again challenged everything that I knew about business. It challenged me about the time that I was putting into network marketing and the results and the return that I was getting at that time. And once again, it's so important to understand that the journey that I've been going through was changing one thing about me. It was changing my mindset about business and how business was done in this industry. And just because I was associating with successful people in this industry, and because I was reading certain books, and I was listening to certain CDs, about 1.5 years ago, I started challenging everything that I knew about network marketing and MLM. And although I had some success in my offline business, I had not achieved the goal and the desired income that I set out myself when I started. And I found myself 4.5 years later in the offline business, totally burned out. I was putting all the time and effort in, doing everything that I was supposed to be doing for myself and for the team, but I was not getting the results that I wanted. and because I read this book, 4 years ago, 3.5 years ago, the seed that was planted in my head, in my mind, and the information that I got from this book, just challenged me, and I was just looking for more answers. And about 12 months ago, about a year ago, I got involved with a few partners, and got involved in internet online approach of business. And for the first time in my life, I started seeing the reality and the results that can be achieved in this industry, online and offline. And I had met people in America as I went to different conferences. I had met different leaders that were earning $1 million a month in this industry. And I was just asking how is it possible for them to achieve that? And I'm here working 4.5 years on my offline business, and I'm not even way close to that. I'm not even covering all my expenses. And so I knew this industry had the capability and the possibility of earning $1 million a month. I had met those people. I had drank coffee with them. I had sat with them. I've bought their books. I've read their books. I understand a bit of how they're thinking and how they're doing it. But I did not see those results in my life and in my business. And so once again, I started doing what I knew I had to do, and that was to go and find mentors in this industry that could take me to the next level and help me to achieve my goal in my business. And started looking on the internet, started doing a lot of research, following a lot of different leaders in the industry, and I got to know Lawrence. I contacted him, got to connect with him, and asking him, listen, you know what, after understanding what is his philosophy and what he's trying to achieve in his team, which resonated with me totally, I immediately said, you know what, I'm going to take a chance. I'm going to put my head on a block, and I'm going to build this business with the mentorship of Lawrence. And what has happened, it's taken us, still taken us a few weeks after that relationship started, a bit of mindset change. But immediately, once I started implementing what the team and Lawrence and their partners are teaching us, within a question of 3 months, 90 days, I have achieved again financial income that far surpasses anything that I did offline. And once again, this proves to me that for the mindset that I've got, and it's taken me a lot of different obstacles, a lot of different challenges. I'm sick and tired of losing money. I do not want to spend money anymore on building big businesses. I'm sick and tired of taking all the risk. I'm sick and tired of spending, 8 hours a day or 12 hours a day working. The market has changed. The industry has changed. That's why I got out of retail. I got out of retail. It's the best thing that I did in 2008, which is now 7 years ago. And this past 5 years that I've been involved in MLM, network marketing, and now this past few months in internet marketing, online marketing, once again, I know as a businessman, if I want to achieve the same results and higher and bigger results than what I was achieving way before and all the other stuff that I was doing, that this is the right approach to take. I'm seeing the results. If I'm saying I'm seeing the results, I'm talking about team. I'm seeing my team developing. We've grown in the question of 3 months exponentially. Monetary wise, the money was immediately. In the first 3 days of this industry, I made my capital back of what I invested of this business, and that's phenomenal. When I speak to my traditional business acquaintance, and I say to them that with a fraction of capital, and where the risk is minimized, I can achieve so much more in this industry of network marketing, internet marketing, and this industry can deliver to you $1 million a month if you have the mindset to have it. If you've got the mindset to go and put a team in place and work with your business partners and leaders, and go through that journey with them. So for now, I think that's what I wanted to share with you guys. I'm just going to summarize, and I'm going to end off the session by saying there was 3 things that I learned from my mentors on my offline business, and I'm so grateful for all the leaders that I've met in this past 5 years. That has made a huge impact in my life, that has set me free. I don't own any traditional businesses anymore. I work from home. This is my office. My office is my laptop, my iPhone that I use to record and to phone and to contact people. This is my office. This is what I do. I work from home. I get up when I want. I do the things that I need to do to earn income daily. I just made lunch now. One recipe that didn't work out, and my wife is still going to have it for tonight, and so I don't know what they're going to say about it, but anyway, some recipes comes up fine and some don't, but that's a life that I chose. I chose to have a lifestyle of that what I'm having now, to have the freedom, not to have stress, not to worry about operation stuff with your businesses, not to worry about staff, not to worry about turnover, not to worry about margins, not to worry about anything that I was worried about when I had traditional businesses. All that stress that I had, it's gone. And that for me is that is priceless. So if you are looking for a team that it's going to help you to set you free, look very seriously at joining us. Look very seriously at doing what we are doing seriously. And like I wanted to say, there's 3 things that my offline mentor taught me, and that is to associate with the right people, successful people in the industry that you want to be in. Read the right books that's going to help you develop yourself in the right industry, and listen to the right CDs that's going to help you in the right industry, because there's a lot of stuff out there, but they are going to take you totally away from achieving your dreams and your goal. So I haven't arrived yet. I've got a very huge goal, and but this business is going to deliver it for us, with the partners that we've got, and you guys are going to meet them over this next few weeks. You're going to be getting emails from me and videos where you're going to meet all my partners, and you're going to meet our team, and you are going to see the caliber of people that we deal with. So if you're looking for business partners, if you're looking for friends, if you're looking for building a relationship, and if you're looking for mentors, then you're in the right group. You know, you've taken the right decision to get into this group, and you know, so I'm looking forward to walking this journey with you, knowing that it's not going to be easy, but knowing that it's possible. You know, if I could have done it, and I am not I was not a network marketing professional. Today I am. I didn't know anything about internet marketing. In a very short time, I've learned from what I think is one of the top guys, mentors currently in this industry of internet marketing, Lawrence. And you know, so I know that we are in the right group, and I know that this is a journey, as it was for me, it will be for you. But you know, this is what we're going to do together, and as we go, we'll learn, and whatever I have learned over this past, what's this now, 22 years in business. Sorry, 24 years in business, and the past 5 years in network marketing, and in the past, I would say 9 months on this internet marketing. I'm going to deliver everything to you. You know, I'm going to share this with you. I'm going to make it possible that you know exactly where I made all my mistakes. How did I lose money? For you not to make those mistakes, and for you not to lose those money. And I'm going to introduce you to my mentors and guys that I work with, and that I call business partners, that are my business partners, and that we have developed friendship over this past few years. So, and if you duplicate that process, you know, your time to success is going to be much shorter than ours. You know, it's taken my mentor 9 years to achieve this success. And it's taken me a question of months to start achieving the same results as what he's doing. Only because I'm doing what he's teaching. So that I wish unto you, that you will get the same results if you choose to participate and take action. So, you know, start reading the right books. Highly recommended the 4-Hour Work Week. And if you've never read Rich Dad Poor Dad, you know, it's very important for you to read this. But you know, whatever you read will change your reality. It will, and if you believe in, you know, what you want to achieve, and you believe in your own abilities, and you believe in your dreams that you set out, you're gonna achieve them. I'm saying that because that's what's happened to me, and I'm going to be sharing all that information with you guys. So thank you very much for spending the time with me on this recording, and I'm looking forward communicating with you, and you know, knowing you and your family, and and I wanted to know your story and where you come from, and what your challenges, and how we as a team, if you implement what we have been taught and what we are duplicating, how you will get the same results as what we are getting. So if your dream is to be financially free, if your dream is to have all the time in the world, if your dream is to be stress-free, if your dream is to travel the world, spend the time with your family, with the people that you love, and not be chained by the rules of what 98% of the people out there are doing, then you have found the right team, because we are the 2% that are changing and doing everything differently and getting and seeing the results of it. So thank you very much, Tony from South Africa. Be blessed. I'll see you on the next video.